Hi. In this video I will show you how to solve a Futoshiki puzzle. Take a look at these two cells. The cell above should contain a number, which is less than 2. That number should be 1. Take a look at this column. The first cell should contain a number, which is less than the one on the right. This one should be less than the one under it. And this one should be less than the one on the right. In all three cells we should have a number which is less than something else. This means that we cannot have a 4 in any of these cells. We should have a 4 in this column and it must be here. We should also have a 1 in this column. It cannot be in the top cell because there is a 1 already on the first row. It cannot be in the bottom cell, because it should be greater than the one above. So the 1 should be placed here. Now let's see where we can place a 1 in the last column. The first and the third row already have 1s. The fourth row should contain a number, which is greater than something else, so it cannot be 1 as well. The 1 must be on the second row. We already have 3 1s on the grid, so it is easy to find out where the last one should be. Now let's focus on the last row. Where could we place a 2? Not in the first column as it already has a 2. If we place a 2 in the last column, then we would need to have a 1 in the cell on the left. That is not an option. So the 2 must be here. This column is almost complete. We only need a 3 in the top cell. In the last cell of the first row, we should have a number greater than 3. That's right, it can only be a 4. The first row is missing a 2, so we fill that in. The second row is missing a 3. The second column is missing a 4. We already have 3 4s on the grid and it is easy to find out where the last one should be. Completing the last row with a 3. Then the first column with a 3. And the last column with a 2. And the puzzle is solved. I will now show you the main techniques which are used for solving a Futoshiki puzzle. The first one is called forced minimum and maximum. Here we should have a number less than 2, and that number can only be 1. And here we should have a number greater than 3. And that number can only be 4. The next technique is called chain of inequalities. Here we should fill 4 numbers, each one greater than the previous one. We can easily deduce that these should be the numbers from 1 to 4 in a sequence. The next technique is called minimum and maximum exclusion. The deal here is that we cannot place a 1 in a cell if it should be greater than another number. And we cannot place a 4 in a cell where it should be less than another number. In this case we cannot place a 4 in the first, the third and the fourth row. The 4 must be in the second row. The next technique is called number exclusion. Each number can participate only once in each row and column. In this example we cannot place a 2 in the cell as there is already a 2 on the row. We cannot place a 1 and a 4 because they are already on the column. Therefore it must be a 3. Sometimes it may help you to place all the candidates for each cell as pencil marks. Now we can use the doubles and triples technique. If we have 2 cells on the same row or column, with the same 2 candidates, we can eliminate them from the rest of the cells on that row or column. In this example we can have 2 or 3 in these 2 cells. This means that we can remove the 2s and the 3s from the rest of the cells on that column. You can also use the technique if you have the same 3 candidates for 3 of the cells on a row or a column. You are ready to solve some puzzles using your new skills.